Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News. Today is August the 6th, 2021. We're going to give you all the price prediction in the market for AMD. I know you guys may have already heard about how meteoric the price has moved in in AMD. You guys can tell that it definitely went against our prediction, and we'll be honest with you all. Yeah, it did. We played the weakness in the market in AMD on our last video, and it went the opposite way. You get that, right? But nevertheless, you can always learn from where price has gone compared to your prediction. And I'm going to show you all that in the market in AMD, and as to where we would have gotten out the market, minimized our losses, and went the opposite play and took the opposite play. We're going to show you all that today on this video. And again, if you guys appreciate someone actually out there putting price predictions out in the market, being transparent, showing you how to read price charts, if you guys just want to have a heads up as to where the market is going to go, I mean, we're for you. The doors are open. We're not going to push your leg. We're not going to try to force you into our community, because if you don't want to join, we understand, right? We're not a mix. We're not going to be a perfect fit for everyone, but we want to increase our community, and only those who are interested in joining us should. So if you are that individual, make sure before you go, and you appreciate it, hit the like button, share it, and also subscribe here to the channel, because one thing we won't do is we won't give you a lot of hype, a lot of entertainment, a lot of excitement that so many other YouTubers are just trying to get you to click and watch their videos. They're not giving you any substance. They're not giving you anything that you can actually value and you can utilize for yourself. They're just simply trying to entertain you, which, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you're really trying to go somewhere, if you're really trying to learn how this market really works, this is the channel for you. So check it out. Last time we did our price prediction in the market in AMD was on July the 20th. So let me zoom in. Let us take a look at the price action. Okay. Now, here it is, July the 20th. We expected a market in AMD to give us some weakness and movement to the downside, right? But instead, the market in AMD held off support around $84. Okay, so immediately, one thing that we do in our community is whenever the price from out the gate goes against our prediction, we already perk up. We already start looking at, okay, what's going on into the market in AMD, okay, or in our position, in our prediction, what is going on, because you expect at least to see some continuation from out the gate of the weakness or the strength that you are predicting. Okay, so from out the gate, the market price in AMD did not even drop. So from the gate, we should already said, okay, something is not right. Something is definitely opposite of what we've seen when we originally created our price prediction. Cool. And no doubt, following XRP, those right here on July the 20th, 21st, and 22nd were massive indication that strength is definitely entering the market for AMD. Like, there's a lot of demand coming into the market in AMD on those 3 days. So from out the rip, it's kind of like, yeah, this may not be a right prediction that I've seen right there on July the 20th. I might need to cut this. Okay, I might need to cut my losses and continue to move on and take the other side, the buy side, right? So if anything, we've already told everyone on that video that we were tracking restriction into the market in AMD around 95. So even in that situation, we probably would have kept our price prediction ongoing, because we would have been under the premise that, yeah, the market in AMD is going against our prediction, but we still got this restriction point around $95 to push back down the market in AMD. And take a look right here on this day. You see that? July the 27th, the market in AMD hit that restriction line and came back down. So we would have been like on July the 27th, cool. The market is still showing that right here around $95 is still restricted. So I would have just kept back, right? I would say, all right, cool. I'm going to continue to go on with my prediction of the market going lower in AMD. But then right here, boom, July 28th, the market in AMD broke out of that restriction line, out of our restriction point that we've created. At that moment, we would say, yeah, this is going against us. The market obviously wants to take the price higher. So why would I get in the way of that? Let me get out my position. Let me get out my forecast of me expecting the price to go lower and run up to the upside just like everyone else is expecting, right? So yeah, this prediction that we created back there on July the 20th, it wasn't right. It was incorrect, but we can still learn from it so that the next time we see this same type of scenario, it's not going to be exactly the same, but once we see it, we can say, okay, cool. I know this is not right. Let me go ahead and minimize my losses. Let me take my 6%, move on, play the opposite position, and ride the market higher with everyone else, right? So we would have gotten out right there. And that would have been about 13.03% market loss in AMD, okay? So 13% versus what the market closed yesterday of 29. This is how you're able to minimize losses, because you're reading what the trap is dropping on the chart. Minimizing losses is also a big component of being profitable in trading and investing, right? Rather than hoping that the market comes back down, you just need to say, yeah, it didn't go right. Let me minimize my loss. Let me cut it, and let me take it the opposite way. Let me play the strength side now. Let me take the buy side. So that would have been 13% that way, right? On this day right here on July the 28th, right? 13% loss. Okay, cool. Now, if we would have taken the buy side on that day, right? On the next day, we would have taken the buy side. And we would have taken our profit on the close of yesterday. We would have got 14%, almost 15%. So we would have pretty much broke even on how strong this market move in AMD was. All right. So now let's talk about why the market may have topped out in AMD only for the time being. I know you all like to be in the market for 100 years. You know, you like to keep your stock into the market and don't try to sell it until 150 years. You don't want to let your position go. I get it. So when I say topped out, it's only for this moment. Okay. I'm not telling that it has topped out into forever, right? That the market in AMD will never make highs again, all-time highs again. I'm not saying that. Okay. So if you're in the market for AMD for the next 100 years, this video is not for you. So now let's talk about why the market in AMD may have topped out. Because one thing that I say to our community is what is the most important thing you need to do whenever you look at price charts? The volume. That's the first thing you always need to look at when you look at AMD or any other product in this space. You want to see how active people have been, right? Retail cannot create this much volume. I don't care what anyone say. I don't care if they AMC apes, GME apes, GME frogs, whoever, whatever particular community you're trying to be a part of, they cannot make this much volume. This much volume tells us how active the big players were. This is when you really need to pay attention as to what they were up to. Were they buying more of AMD or were they selling more of it? It's just that simple. You don't have to look at what AMD earnings report was just to garner what in the world's going on. They tell you already what's going on. Like all this high volume while the market in AMD is trading at all-time highs is a glaring sign that they were selling in the market. And with so much interest in the retail space, they had a willing amount of people willing to buy AMD at these high prices. And they appreciate that, right? The trap enjoys when he creates this type of excitement, this much a volatility to see this much volume, because definitely believe that he increased his account substantially based on that alone. So, okay, we got the volume. We see that it's climactic comparative to what we've been going through while AMD was trading in this range, right? This volume literally was dried up comparative to what we've seen the last, week and a half. So again, that's the first indication that AMD may have topped out, because it's going to take this much demand, even more, for the price in AMD to be sustained. Yes. Now, I'm going to take this line right here, okay, because clearly the market in AMD is in an upward trend, and we're not going to buck the trend. We're not going to get in the way of it. You know, if he wants to take the price higher, we'll follow him. Okay, now there's two trends. This trend is the first one, and this is the current trend that the market AMD is going through. Now come on, which one do you think is more sustainable? Which trend do you think is more applicable to last longer? Exactly. The market price in AMD cannot just shoot up on this very strong slope. We cannot expect that to be sustained and last forever, because it's not. So we're going to continue to expect this price to break that trend and then eventually come back to this overall long-term upward trend. So when you look at the price in AMD right now to where it is, compared to this lower trend, we can still see this price drop. Okay, we can still see this price drop another 19%, and it is still a buy, right? So now the only purpose for us to look at these lines is determine how expensive is this price in AMD. And right now the price is very expensive in relation to the second slope, to this lower slope ascending line down here. It is more expensive, about 19% expensive. So why would you want to come in and buy the market in AMD up here when we can see this price come all the way down another 19%? You can buy it at a cheaper price and you can still ride this upward trend into the market in AMD. This is how the game needs to be played. So now we got the high volume, we got this very strong ascending line that we're not expecting to last. So yeah, the market and AMD may in fact have topped out. So the two options that we're seeing right now into the market in AMD is either we're going to create a consolidational range, right? Or we're going to come back down and test this overall trend into the market in AMD. One or the other. Okay. So now I know a lot of people may be itchy. They might be trying to jump on board. They want to ride the train to AMD because it just continues to shoot up every day. Yeah, you may want to wait. I mean, I wanted to show you all this on a 3-day time frame, and look at this volume, right? And then take a look at where we're at right now. The market is selling. It is what it is. Okay. Another reason why the market may have topped out in AMD. So I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to give you the information based off the price chart. And so far, it is showing us that the market weakness is present. Okay. So now, if you're already into playing AMD, congratulations, because you have done a fantastic job of capitalizing on the profit. And if you're not, and you're trying to get in, yeah, don't rush it. When you see a market up here in AMD trading at all-time highs, why would you come in and buy it expensive? Because you will see people, especially those who wants to hold stocks for 100 years, you know, they would tell you to buy it at any price because you got 100 years to allow the market to appreciate. So yeah, come in and buy it right now, because you are following the premise that in the next 100 years, the value of AMD would be a lot higher than what it is right now. So you want to follow that, be a long-term investor, and hope in the next 100 years your original investment will be worth more, then go ahead, do it. You know, it's your choice. But as of right now, for us, we got to see how low the market's going to go before we come in and take a buy side of this one, right? So now let's see if we can find the area of support into the market in AMD. Okay. Let's see if we could get a little bit tighter. I'm seeing about 3 areas. Let me show you. The first area is like right around here, which is around $107.37. This is the second area, around 110, 111. Okay. Well, I would say the first one already came and was touched yesterday, $111, $112. And 107 will be the next, okay? So as of right now, the market here in AMD is showing forth some weakness. Okay, so why would we want to come in and buy a market that is decreasing in value? Not yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait. Okay, we're going to wait into the market in AMD, see how low the market is going to go, and see if it's going to grab support right there around $108. That's where I'm thinking the market in AMD is trying to get to. And to put in a price prediction, it might not even be worth taking the short side or selling the market there to 108, because you only get about 4% out that move. And let's wait, because I really want to see it on a weekly time frame. So let me see this on a weekly. So this is one reason why I'm definitely expecting the market in AMD to give us some weakness and movement lower. 4% moving to the downside is very plausible. Right there around 108 to even 104. And don't even think that the market cannot come all the way back down to that restriction line that we've created, which is down here. And that it cannot come back here and test this, which is around 92. Now, if that happens, then the market definitely is generally overall in a massive weakness trend. Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, I'm just going to kick back. Okay, I'm just going to sit back, look at this market trade in AMD, see where the trap is trying to take the market movement, because right now I'm leaning toward the price dropping, but the severity of how low it's going to drop is undetermined yet. I don't like what's going on the weekly time frame in terms of how low we can go, but on a daily basis, you know, we might just come up to that 108, $110 price and see the market resume to higher prices then. So I really haven't seen that yet. So I'm going to sit back, take a look at these other charts a little while longer to get a better idea as to what the market is anticipated to do. But yeah, this is weakness here. So we are playing that the market in AMD may have topped out just for a spat. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm not telling you that that is not going to make all-time highs later on in the next 100 years. But right now, yeah, the market in AMD looks to have already topped out. So we're going to try to play some of this weakness into the market in AMD. Like I said, 108, which is about 4%, not even much in that realm. Might even come all the way down here to like 105, 106 for AMD. So let's play this out. Okay, let's see how low the market in AMD is going to go. I'm not going to put a price prediction on it just yet because we're in the early stages of seeing its weakness play out in AMD, but it's definitely being created on the chart. So I just want to give everyone in our community a heads up as to what we're seeing on the price chart in AMD. Not going to touch it yet. We're going to wait the sideline because understandably, the trap is going to give us more information every day that this market trades in AMD as to how weak or how low he's trying to take the price. So if you're not in the market in AMD, in our community, yeah, let's not rush it. I mean, the market in AMD will be here. Now, if it's going to be in the next 100 years, that's on you to make that determination. But right now, the market is here. So we're going to have to rush it. So now I want to know, do you think the market in AMD has topped out? Because if so, give me your price prediction then. How low do you think the price in AMD is going to go then if you think it's weak? If you still think that the market is strong, tell me how high do you think the price is going to go then? If you still think that this massive trend in AMD can be sustained, let us know in our community then how high you expect that price to be. Because currently the sentiment that we're going with in AMD is weakness. Okay, so that is the sentiment that I'm seeing on the chart. I'm playing the weakness, expecting the price to drop. How low is undetermined. That's why I'm not putting a price prediction on the chart yet, but I'm still leaning towards this price in AMD to go lower. Now if you think it's going to go higher, cool. How high do you think the price will be then? Drop me a comment, let me know. Make sure you maintain a profitability, and as always, trade different.